Most North Carolina families think asset protection means giving up control of their assets. Well, it doesn't, at least not all the time. In this video, I'll show you the actual difference between revocable and irrevocable trust, when each one fits, and the most expensive mistake I see North Carolina families make. When it comes to revocable and irrevocable trusts, the main difference is control. In revocable trusts, we're maintaining control in you during your lifetime and really planning for what's supposed to happen after you're gone. With an irrevocable trust, you're going to give up control to a third party that you trust, called a trustee, in exchange for getting things like creditor protection, tax benefits, and the ability to qualify for Medicaid easier or prevent your assets from being collected against by Medicaid. If you're not sure which one is best for you, you can talk to our team for free. Click the link below to schedule your call now. A revocable trust is something that many North Carolina families put in place to make things easier for everyone involved after you've passed away. We use revocable trusts for probate avoidance, to minimize or eliminate probate fees and sometimes estate taxes. We provide creditor and asset protection for our beneficiaries, and we're able to set forth some distribution or holding of assets in a way other than outright and immediately for our beneficiaries. But we're retaining control and the right to change or contribute or withdraw assets from this trust during your lifetime. Because you keep control, we don't get any creditor or asset protection benefits from that type of structure. A revocable trust is often referred to or considered as your alter ego. It's as if you own it yourself for all intents and purposes, except for what happens if you were to pass away. With an irrevocable trust, we are removing assets from your control and ownership to get the benefit that that can give you. The first is going to be creditor protection. If you don't own the assets legally, they can't be collected against if you get in trouble. Things like financial or personal injury claims that otherwise would be your responsibility can attach to assets that you no longer own. We can also use the irrevocable trust for estate tax planning. Same idea. Transferring assets out of your name during your lifetime keeps them out of your taxable estate after you pass away. When it comes to Medicaid planning, we can transfer assets into an irrevocable trust at least 5 years in advance so that those assets don't count against us for Medicaid qualification or accountability, nor can they be collected against by Medicaid if we receive services for skilled nursing care during our lifetime. But the fact of the matter remains, in order to get that protection, we have to lose control. So if we have control, we don't have protection. If we give up control, we can have protection. Trust implementation takes real strategy, and that's exactly what our team does. Click the link below to take the first step. Revocable trusts are appropriate for many types of families, and they can be the base for most families to plan with. It's the type of tool that doesn't change much while you're here, so you're still able to use and enjoy your assets, sell and reap the benefit of that sale whenever you want as long as you're alive. It does provide probate avoidance and incapacity protection should something happen to you, but it's the type of planning tool that doesn't really change our day-to-day. We still get to use and enjoy our assets as if we own them ourselves. So that type of plan is appropriate for most families, as long as you're not expecting the benefits of, creditor protection, estate tax avoidance, and Medicaid benefits. An irrevocable trust is going to be more appropriate for really three types of planning scenarios. First is you have what's referred to as an ultra high net worth. This is going to be an amount approaching or exceeding the federal estate tax exemption. In 2026, that's $15 million per person, and it's adjusted for inflation each year. We use irrevocable trust to manipulate or completely eliminate estate tax liability. The second is if we have very real creditor issues, that we have a very high liability profession, or we're highly personally exposed to debts or other liabilities that could result in a judgment. Irrevocable trusts can be used to hold assets that we don't want to jeopardize from creditor claims or attachment actions if something goes wrong with our liabilities or our debts. The third is for people who want to, later in life, prepare for the potential for long-term care. If you need skilled nursing, there's a federal program called Medicaid that can pay for skilled nursing services for us, but it is a poverty-based program. So irrevocable trust can be used to hold our assets to make us qualify for this poverty-based program without being literally poor, right? We will be legally allowed to qualify without spending down or wasting all of our assets. Otherwise, we use revocable trusts for pretty much every other planning purpose, making things easy, avoiding probate, those sorts of things. One of the most expensive mistakes that we see North Carolina families making all the time is paying $5,000 to $15,000 for an irrevocable trust that they just plainly didn't need or thought would give them more protection without actually using it in the right way. As I mentioned earlier, protection from creditors, asset protection as it's referred to, comes from not owning the property. So this could be a family that doesn't have an ultra high net worth or even anywhere close to it. It could be a family that does not have unique creditor exposure over and above the typical commute to and from work or to and from the store, or has no need for a program like Medicaid because they already have long-term care insurance or enough wealth in their own personal name that it wouldn't make sense to try to qualify for Medicaid. Using an irrevocable trust for a family in those scenarios is arguably overkill and a waste of money. We otherwise can use typical revocable trust planning to make sure that things are orderly and organized, easy for the next generation, without paying an exorbitant amount for something that we don't need. The right trust depends on your numbers and your exposure, not the fear of probate. If you've been told that you need an irrevocable trust and you really don't know why, that's the conversation that you should be having right now before you sign. Click the link below. Protecting your family requires more than just standard documents. Schedule your consultation with our team today.